Good word. So what was the questions we was getting into before? Oh yeah, I feel like a lot of barbers, it's a good look for them. I feel like barbers want mad niggas waiting at the shop for them.
Yeah, you definitely got a point. That's the fake celebrity barbers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're familiar with the fake celeb barbers, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
Them niggas they like to have like 10 niggas sitting watching. You know what I'm saying? They cutting fast as hell and get niggas up out the chair. You know what I mean? But that's how we used to do it. You know. But the thing is with that is, you know, it makes it look like you got clients and it makes it look like you that nigga. But from a reality perspective, like from a customer perspective, customers like, damn nigga, if you got 10 niggas on the couch, how long am I have to wait to sit down? You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Like
a lot of cats just want to get in and out, man. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I'd much rather
right?
have a personal relationship now with my barber where I could ask him if he in the shop. Usually, if he's able to answer me, that means he not that busy. But if, you know what I'm saying, if he leave me hanging, then I might just have to go in there, check in, see how many people he got.
Exactly.
Usually, you know what I mean? It's a simple relationship. You in the shop, yes.
I mean, if you're a busy man.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Got shit to do.
What's some pet peeves for customers? Like when you cutting a nigga head, what's something that what's some head that like you don't like cutting? A type of customer that you don't like cutting their hair.
You know what I don't like?
What?
And this is terrible too because it's something customers can't change, right? When a customer got like some extra nappy hair, like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant will never make a barber look good. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter what you do to Kevin Durant hair, that shit just always gonna look nappy as fuck. Like you know what I mean? So it don't really do nothing. Like if somebody see Kevin Durant hair on the streets, they not gonna be like, yo, where you get your cut from?
Yeah, what?
You know what I'm saying? They just be like, damn, this nigga shit look terrible. So Kevin probably need like either baldy or like not even a 12 o'clock shadow. He need like a 7 a.m. joint. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit down to like the like stubble. You know what I mean?
Like the Tony Parker look or some shit. Like even lower than that.
Right.
So would you want
that or like a cut creator's blackout?
So would you want to? Yeah, niggas funny as hell. So would you want to cut LeBron hair?
LeBron need the same thing. But LeBron he stuck on like back in the day when he used to like had the full spinners. You know what I mean? When he used to have the 360s. He stuck on that like that time when, you know, he was in high school and all the bitches
he definitely
loved him
stuck
for
on
the
that
waves
time.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, that's dead. Like only place you gonna have waves, LeBron, is like on like the sides and in the back. But like from here, like this part right here, all the way to the front,
no waves.
Nah, man, it's gonna look like baby hair.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
hold up, before you get off of that LeBron thing, real quick, I got a question. Like LeBron has went through many stages as far as like his hair in the NBA.
Right.
Like has he gotten a hair transplant or some shit like that? Some people say he has.
Well,
some people say he hasn't.
What's
going on with head transplants anyway?
I've heard, and I, you know, cause I'm gonna keep that, cause I got some like inside, what you call it.
Okay, inside information.
Little inside.
You don't gotta give it all away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say
but we'd appreciate it if you
like
did.
That. I know you would. But I'm gonna stay loyal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I am familiar with the fact that there was what you call that? A little Rogaine involved.
Okay.
You know.
Just for men.
Right.
Situation. Rogaine.
Which, by the way, is the only thing I know that works for like if you a man with no beard and want a beard, or if you have a partial beard and you want a full beard. I've seen that Rogaine work on the face. Word up. You know what I'm saying?
Word up. I might have to check that out.
You know what I'm saying? Me as well. But I'm like, yo, shit, man. My shit, it don't grow right here, but, you know, fuck it. Bitches still be kind of feeling like a nigga sexy, so I get over. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know what I mean? But,
so what's the difficulties of owning your own barbershop?
The difficulties of owning my own barbershop, I would say, is consistent barbers. Right? Consistent barbers is everything.
And what that mean?
You got your celeb barbers again who don't really give a real schedule, right? They come in 12 o'clock, they do like a 12 to 8, you know what I mean? Or they do like a, you know, they don't come in like, see, back in the day, barbers would come in 8 a.m. Like where I come from, barbers come in 8 a.m. It's a line. Cats waiting from 6. They know the barber coming in at 8. He'll do a 8 to 7, 8 to 8, or whatever the case, or whatever the schedule he did was. It was complete. It was like a real schedule. It wasn't like a, you know, one of those part-time kind of schedules, or today he coming at 8 a.m. and then tomorrow he coming at 12. It was a 8 to 8 to 8 to 8. You know what I mean? 8 until type joint. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just having reliable and consistent barbers that's really, you know, into what they do. You know what I mean? But nowadays, I don't know if it's the internet or what, they tend to do everything else but lock in, you know?
Yeah, I get
if
you.
that makes any sense.
No, I get what you mean. I feel like the culture has definitely shifted to that. Like even with basketball players, I've never seen like highlights of practice. Like I go on certain people pages and that'll be a player. He got highlights of practice. Like they done edited the practice. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
I'm like, damn, like he looking good with no defense out there.
Right,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
So the internet has definitely made people get validated, like for like the work they put in. Like how back in the days, like, yo, if you working out, don't post it, don't do that.
Right. Yo, bro, where I come from, yo, back in the day, I used to cut, and I used to have so many clients that when, you know, this was when cell phones first came out. This was around 98, right? Like pocket cell phones. And I took my cell phone and I threw it in the sewer because I had so many, the sewer, dead ass the sewer. I had so many clients that I just couldn't take the pressure. And I was a little youngin', just graduated high school. You know what I mean? So it was just like, you know, the clients was just out the wazoo. But nowadays I noticed that barbers up front, like, they do this thing, but the clientele ain't really endless. But the real reason why it's not endless is because they don't put in enough time. My father has this saying, it's called, you gotta piss long enough to make froth, right? Now, you know how it go. When you taking a piss and it's some bullshit piss, ain't gonna be no bubbles in the toilet, right? But if you piss long enough, that shit'll fizz up like you just poured soda in the motherfucker.
I never noticed that.
Real shit. So, you know, that's just life and whatever you doing. If you a comedian and you sit down and you write jokes all day, every day, guess what? It don't matter if you just a regular, non-talented comedian. You're gonna be a nice comedian because you put in those man hours. You know what I mean? But if you ain't put in the man hours, you're just gonna be light. And then at the end of the week, when Fresh need that rent, you're gonna be like, damn, Fresh, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming in kind of short. You know what I mean? I ain't really got it, you know? But then on Instagram, you that nigga. So that's how it go.
I feel you. So what about in terms of so when you, how do you determine what's a good barber you should invest in? Like a barber that you found yourself. Or have you ever found a barber yourself and they still with you to this day type thing, or no?
My mentor when I was young when I first got in the game, his cat name was Sweat. To me, the best to ever do it. From Brooklyn, from Coney Island. He know where he know who he is. And a lot of niggas know who he is. That's like legend from around here. But when I first met him, yo, smooth ass nigga. But outside of being smooth, he just had every single cut packed down. Like, he didn't need a blackout. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. It was just like he didn't overuse someone's hairline. He knew how to do a taper, his fades, everything, high tops, everything was nice, was plush. So I studied under him. And what I would tell any barber if they want to get good is get over yourself and sit down and watch a master at work. And you'll definitely pick up, tricks of the trade. I remember back in the day, I used to go to Harlem. And I used to go from one shop to the next shop. And they used to be like, yo, what's up? You need a cut? And I'd be like, nah, I'm just sitting, I'm watching, And I would take people's styles and bring them home with me, But I think the problem these days is everybody, a lot of people tend to have, these feelings that they're the best to ever do it. You know what I mean? But you're only the best if you kind of taken in your surroundings and then improved upon them, So.
Okay. So being humble is definitely something that a lot of people should be doing. Being humble.
Damn, brother. That's everything right there, bro. That's everything. Being humble is everything, man. You can't be out here like you know what I mean? Like, this catch is Christopher Columbus out here, bro. Acting like they done invented, they done discovered the world. But real life, they how you say that shit? Drew a blank like a motherfucker.
I do that shit all the time. It's all good. That's all we got editing.
Right. But
We're talking about being humble though.
Right. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this humble shit, man. Boy. Well, let's keep it moving, bro.
Okay, no problem. I
else.
bet. So when it comes to getting cut, what's the most you ever got paid for a cut?
Good question.
I'd say the most I ever got paid is maybe, you know what? About $100.
$100 for a cut?
I feel like that's like for ball players, stars or whatever the case. For some reason, it's like a known price, But if I travel to a barber, then the number goes up. But for the most part, it's $100. Like Kyrie Irving, that was like the main number for him. But then, like, if I went out of my way to have to do more, then of course, for my troubles, it'd be more.
So who are a few celebrities that you've cut?
Aside from Kyrie, we had J.R. Smith, AJ Calloway, familiar with Bobby Trends.
Yeah.
Kenneth Fareed. Man. P Funk, George Clinton.
And how do those connections happen? Like, do somebody connect? Do y'all meet in person, or do somebody get referred?
I don't know how. Something? To say this in the most humblest way, I feel like I've just been blessed in that way. Like, I don't know, it's kind of magical, And then partly it is Instagram as well, I feel like, that circle is kind of small. So, Omarion, Soldier Boy, cats like that found out about me through other people. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever cut Young and May hair?
Nah. Why you ask?
Oh nah, because it was one time that what happened? I could have seen you one time and I dapped you up and you could have been with somebody. I don't remember who the person was.
Right.
But then a girl that I was talking to at the time, she said like that was Young and May. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I would have noticed if that was Young and May. It probably wasn't her though.
Okay.
It was about
it probably was like a lookalike type.
It was you was talking. I'm like, she was tripping. Obviously, she was tripping. Cause I was dapped you up and then went in the car with her. She was like, oh, that was just Young and May. I was like, what? I'm like, and this when the song just happened. So I'm like, and this could have been around like the Summer Jam time. So I kind of figured like, all right, maybe she was around and got a cut from me. Where?
Right.
Where? I bet. So what's the when it comes to cutting hair, where do you want to take it? Like how long do you want to be cutting hair? Do you want to open up more shops? Do you want to do something with TV? Like, what's your plan towards like the future?
Well, I feel like with cutting hair was never something that was ultra passionate for me. I feel like cutting hair was just something that came easy. I learned it in like a day. You know what I mean? I didn't really have to put in many man hours, although I did pick up other things from other people along the way. But I feel like what made cutting hair so special for me is relationships, networking. My network in my mind is my net worth. And it ranges for everybody from youngins, high school, college, to the millionaires, people who got that bread, people who got connections in high places that can do things to help my dreams to go to a whole nother level. Like I got a lot of little things. Mob Couture, this is my clothing line.
Which is what you got on right now, right?
Right, this is one of my new pieces right here.
Like that color scheme.
Appreciate you, my brother.
I've definitely bought some Mob Couture, you feel me?
Yes. I appreciate the love, bro.
Where
the
you already know.
Which is very important, as black folks, man. The last thing we did growing up for me.
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion on that, and your opinion on like just your whole take on that. Cause I saw you touching on Instagram, and we talked in the DM about certain things. Like, yeah, what's your take on like? Matter of fact, it could have been in your story. I don't know where I saw that, but what's your take on like? Oh, I know what you said. Like that, it maybe took Instagram or the internet to like have black people start coming together. Go into a little bit more detail about what you posted about.
Right. So it's hard for us to understand, the importance of supporting one another, right? Because we, especially as black people, we just out here just trying to get it independently, and just trying to get to that level. So when a person like me says, and this has been me since 2000, yo, we gotta support one another. It's always, oh man, this nigga fresh bugging, man. I do my thing and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But now, when you see what happens when you promote your brother on IG, and it just kind of goes back and forth. So you promote for somebody, they promote for you. Now you got more clients, he got more clients. So it ain't really take nothing from you, it added. You see what I'm saying?
Certain people definitely think that it takes away from what they do. It has no effect on that.
Right, but it took for there to be an @ symbol or an @ handle, that's what they call it. You know what I'm saying? For people to be able to go to somebody else's account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or go to your account.
No, I think
and make a sale.
You know
for
what I
people
think
to understand how real, support and promoting
think that
each other really helps.
I think that before Instagram, you feel me? People that own white media platforms, I guess white people or anybody who owns the platforms, True. They were able to show us what our people were worth. They were able to show us what our people are thinking. They were able to represent ourselves on TV because we're gonna see what we see on TV. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So if a white person is only showing us black people going to jail or black people robbing somebody, that's what we're gonna think. I think that Instagram has allowed us to see different types of black people, whereas before when it was just white people involved, they only gonna show us one thing. But now with Instagram, we in charge of kind of what we see.
Absolutely.
I feel like if they knew it would bring black people together, they wouldn't even have let Instagram get this far.
No sir.
Yeah, that's true.
They wouldn't even let Instagram get this far.
Because too many like black entrepreneurs are just popping out of nowhere that you can follow from different areas. You respect them just on like just a visibility like standpoint. Like you just respect their grind and their hustle.
Even something as small as like LeBron showing off his wife and that black family. If there's no Instagram, we would never see that.
Right. Then now all of a sudden, people see the value in relationships.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Because the people that you look up to, they have an effect on you. And back in the day, it was rappers. It still is rappers, but back in the day, the rappers used to be able to put you on something. You know what I mean? And nowadays, we don't have that. You know what I mean? So
true.
And now rappers doing ignorant stuff, that'll make it to TV. You know what I mean? That'll make it to the radio.
Oh, yeah, that's headlining.
Yeah, anything that a white person owns, if a black person doing something retarded, it will make it there. But now with Instagram, I think we allowed to support people just because it's us. We're in control of our thinking, and we weren't in control of it for a long time.